learning's an interesting word for me because a lot of people talk about training or education, but I think learning is within the self. It's the learner's responsibility rather than the instructor's responsibility. Do you see a change in that over the next few years?
I do. I see one of the things that people are becoming alert to is that what discriminates performers in the workplace are those who pull their learning rather than have teaching pushed at them. And indeed, I think our best clients are those who are hungry for what we have to offer. They've already decided in their own minds the areas where they want to gain competence in some area or another. I think it will emerge that organisations will call managers to account. What do you want to learn? Have you articulated it? Why haven't you got your own learning plan, rather than being told that you've got to go on a training course?
Yeah. It's interesting because one of the things that we struggle with the growth of the number of training companies and the number of products, is how do we continue to evolve our product so that we can meet those needs, those different deliveries. And that is a struggle because the innovation is coming from people like yourself, coming from other training companies, and we're trying to provide a common service, a consistent standard within some fairly clear guidelines, and to evolve that and emerge that alongside those views coming from the marketplace in a very rapid period of time is a continuing challenge that myself and everyone else within APMG sort of have each week on how do you meet those needs.
Yeah, I do think you've got a problem. I mean, you're very successful, you need to scale, you have to have an international presence. So what you can actually offer has to be fairly constrained. But I think APM Group has done a service to the international program and project management community in this sense. There is now a certain defined icon out there that is useful to employers. Do you have a Prince 2 qualification, for example? That means something. It may not mean everything that some people want, but it means something. It's a reference point, and it's part of the career journey. Now, I have to say that the PPM marketplace, until this came along, was pretty muddied, wasn't it, Richard?
Yeah, and it has been an interesting journey for the last, 15 years?
Yes.
And if I remember correctly, you're one of the original authors.
Well, I wasn't an author, but I was on the management team, and I did sneak a bit of my own text into the first edition of Prince 2. But what I'm really pleased with, as you know, my colleague John Edmonds was on the last edition, the rewrite, the 1999, was it, edition of Prince 2. It's stood up pretty much over that period from 96 to 2009, pretty much intact. People keep saying, oh, when are they going to bring out Prince 3 then? Well, you're hearing that less and less now. I think we got the DNA right in 96. I'm pretty pleased about that.
I think the focus was good, and you say it has stood the test of time, and it has been subject to continuous improvement.
Yes, it has, as it should be.
And it has benefited very much from that.
But you haven't thrown out the baby with the bathwater, which I'm pleased with.
Yeah, jolly good. It's always good talking to you, Patrick.
Thanks, Richard, and you.
Thank you.